Hello and welcome to the Late Night Peruvian News. My name is Karina Nuñez and our story today is about Tuira virus, better known as the red fever. First, we're going to be investigating where this virus comes from and how it is spreading around countries. Next, we will be going live with Dr. Machuca. After that, we will have video calls from our audience, so stay tuned. As our reporters have investigated, patient 0 was from Panama in early February. Unfortunately, the 6-year-old boy died on the 7th day. Locals call the virus the red fever because of the internal bleeding suffered by those infected. In May, the rest of the countries of Central Latin America have presented similar cases. The virus has spread through South America, finally reaching Tumbes in Peru. In Africa and Asia, they already have several countries on red alert, where being this disease very similar to Ebola. The population is concerned because the mortality rate of Tuira virus is 50%. Authorities have been unable to contain the spread of the virus. Epidemiologists have indicated that this virus has an incubation period of 2 till 15 days. They ask the population to quarantine and keep away from other people to avoid a spread. Good night, Dr. Machuca. Welcome. If you don't mind my asking, has this virus evolved from Ebola? Does that make sense?
Good night with everyone. I thank you for your invitation. And regarding your questions, altered red fever is not an evolution of Ebola. It is very similar because in Africa they confirmed that they already have several countries on red alert. Speaking of red fever, I would like to inform you that this virus is also carried by infected monkeys, rounds, pigeons, and animals who were infected by sharing contaminated food. The same way, it is thought to have reached humans.
So be careful. Infected monkeys, rodents, and pigeons also carry this virus. Therefore, it looks as though that this virus spreads by direct contact with infected animals. Is it true?
Yes, this virus is transmitted by contact with a person. Yet, the transmission has been very rapid to other countries in the region. And scientists have investigated it not only is by contact because at this time there may already be airborne transmission.
Speaking of the red fever, it seems to me that it's time for our first video call with our viewers. What additional information would you like to know?
Good evening, Karina, and good evening, Dr. Machuca. My name is Patricia Polo, and I am very concerned about the news that is currently unfolding. In the first place, I want to make you know that I work as a flight attendant, and recently I have come from my trip through Kenya and Nairobi, precisely the places where the contagion is occurring. In the second place, I feel worried since you said that the contagion can be by airborne transmission. And as I am very exposed to all kinds of people on the trips that I make for my work, and that is why I feel anxious. And in the third place, I would like to know how can I know if I have been infected on the last trip that I have done, and how can I rule out if I have the virus because I have family and I am afraid of infecting them.
Oh, Patricia, you must be worried. I understand in this case the scientists are still evaluating whether the virus is spread by air since many people are contagious very easily. So, it is not a fact yet that it is so. Regarding the other question, you could go to a nearby hospital and have a laboratory test performed, such as an analysis of blood samples or an enzyme-linked immunosorbent test. Obviously, this has to be in a laboratory with the highest level of biosafety.
Really? That must be serious and dangerous. I could be wrong, but it doesn't appear that this disease has any solution. By the way, doctor, in the case of the airline company schedules all my trips to countries where the contagion is increasing, it is possible that I can be vaccinated so as not to infect myself and thus be prevented. And doctor, how much do you know about Tuira virus vaccines? Are they already on sale? And where can I get vaccinated?
Patricia, of course, you can get vaccinated to be prevented, but the problem is that vaccines are in short supply and the price is high. For example, one of the most marketed and approved for Tuira virus that has been evaluated in recovered patients is the vaccine called RBSV Cituravi, which has been shown to provide great protection against this deadly virus in a large-scale clinical trial. Are you following me?
Yes, Dr. Machuca. Continues, please. I am all ears.
Well, I was telling you that if they are for sales and you can get it by going to a Salus, a private hospital, or a health post to buy the vaccine. If you have health insurance, you can access it for free, otherwise, you will have to pay for it.
Okay, Dr. Machuca. That must be difficult to get a vaccine, but not impossible in order to be saved. Thanks to clarify my doubts.
The pleasure was mine. Thank you for your inviting me.
Thank you, doctor, for letting us interview you. It might be wise to follow your suggestions. We will keep informing from Late Night Peruvian News. Have a good weekend, everyone, and keep quarantine.